What up, world? How we doing? Monday morning, motivation and inspiration. Just wanted to send out some words of encouragement. It's a lot of negative energy floating around in the world, coming out in large quantities. And I'm just trying to do my part to balance it out, you know, the yin to the yang. To just stay focused, man. And as James Allen said, and as a man thinketh, as a man is heart, so is he. That's also in the Bible. Emerson said, a man is what he thinks about all day long. Earl Nightingale said, we become what we think about. And in Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, he said, the devil controls 98 out of every 100 people. So it really shouldn't be a surprise that everything coming from the screens is full of fear, anger, propaganda, because it's trying to get you to drift over to the negative side, the negative frequency, to give up hope, to say this ain't working, to say we should just stop, just throw in the towel, become angry, become upset, lower your vibration, and succumb to everybody around you. And I'm saying, nah, stay focused, baby, stay alert. You don't know a distraction is a distraction until it has completed its job distracting you. And you never thought that, you know, anger is a distraction, but it is. You never thought being sad is a distraction, but it is. Anything that's taking you away from your higher purpose, from being the best child of God, from being the best brother, son, father, mother, grandma, grandpa, is a distraction. And now more than ever, we got to lock in on the family. We got to lock in on the people around us. Because the attacks are going to keep being ramped up. I mean, if you would agree that this is a spiritual battle, put on the armor of God and get ready to thug it out. But you cannot succumb to what's happening around you. Be in the world, not of the world. And a lot of people can say it's easier said than done, but what other choice do you really have? To become like the people around you? To give up hope? To lose faith? See, I would rather walk by faith, not sight, personally. And because I understand that the enemy, whoever the enemy may be, wants me to lose my faith, everything they show me is going to be doom and gloom. It's going to be the worst of the worst. That would make sense, right? If you want me to lose my faith and move in fear, then you got to show me a bunch of negative images on this screen. But it's up to me to control how I process those images. And yeah, I can see what's going on, but I can't let that affect who I am on the inside spiritually. I can't let the trauma and the negativity of the world affect the husband that I am. Why would that be fair to my wife, that because I'm stressed or I got to work a lot or we got bills, and I can take that energy and put it on her? Why should I neglect my children just because I have to work a full-time job all day? That ain't their fault. They still want to run around and play with daddy and be at the jungle gyms and all that stuff. We got to really put on the armor of God now more than ever, because there's an attack coming from every angle. But if you don't, then you expect to be attacked all the time. See, they ain't attacking the weak people. They're attacking the greats, the giants. Who didn't want to be Steph Curry and the Warriors? Who didn't want to be Tom Brady? I personally was disappointed when Tom Brady and Randy Moss lost in that undefeated season to Eli and the Giants. But I know it was a lot of people that was excited to see the GOAT go down. And you got to understand, you may not be the GOAT on your favorite football team, but you the GOAT to your family. And if your family don't love you, baby, you the GOAT to God. So that's why the enemy is throwing so many attacks at you. Whether it's anxiety attacks, you know, making you feel depressed, making you feel lonely, making you feel hopeless. It's all to get you off your game, to not recognize that no matter what's happening around you, that it's pure greatness inside of you. And that greatness never leaves you. Like Nip say, never let a hard time humble us. Get knocked down 7, get back up 8. But don't let the fear of this world knock you down where you just stay down. Even if you get hit with one of them good Tyson punches, you know, it may 7, 8. But you better be up before they get to 10. I guarantee you that. Dust yourself off and try it again, like Aaliyah said. And I'm a firm believer that hard work is rewarded. It may not happen on your timing, but understand God's timing is perfect. I just got back in town from my daughter having a soccer tournament, and I never would have thought in life that I'd be traveling with all 4 of my children with the way life started out with dealing with their mothers. But God had a different plan. It was on his time, and I wanted us to have a super dope relationship when they was out the womb, and I wanted, and life didn't play out the way I wanted it to. But I look where I am now, and that's because I didn't lose faith. And I don't know what you're going through right now, who gonna watch this video. You know, YouTube algorithms are crazy. But I'm just asking you, just don't lose faith. Just hold on a little longer. A little longer, a little longer. You know, nobody said your faith had to be, you know, enormous. They said you need a mustard seed. You can't let go of a mustard seed. I know you can hold on to that, dog. Bro, sis, moms, pops. Don't let this world break you. A lot of people have asked me, why am I so negative? I mean, why am I so positive, and why don't I let this world affect me? And something I always think about is the concept of so many people taking their own life because life is hard. And I truly believe that when you leave this world, you are still you. So you can't run from no heartache, no heartbreak, no pain. You got to deal with it, address it, and let it go. I firmly believe that if I was trying to run from my problems, I'm just going to face more problems. That's how I used to be back in the day. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I said and wish I was a kid again. Y'all know what movie that's from, right? Let me know in the comments below. But you got to keep that happiness, that joy. It got to be that one person around and say, hey, we going to make it through this. We shall overcome. I don't even like that saying. That's communism. But what I mean is, you survived 100% of your bad days. Like, just think about your personal life, what you've been through when you thought it was over, when you thought it was done. And you here right now watching this video. But we also know what it's like when we take our eyes off the prize. Like, you know, when there's a car accident on the other side of the highway and everybody driving slow because they trying to look what happened, and then eventually somebody on that side of the highway get into a little fender bender or something like that. Don't let that be you in this crazy time in the world right now. Don't take your eyes off your goal, off your dreams. Don't take your eyes off your family. Everything is under attack right now spiritually. So you got to stay alert and be the calm in the storm. I think as Bruce Lee said, the best fighter is never angry. So you got to be able to be calm to process what's coming your way. You know, do all that Mayweather type stuff. And I want to say shout out to all the new subscribers. I've seen the comments. Once again, I was traveling all weekend. If I had a subscriber or $1 for every time someone said that I should have more views or that I should have more subscribers, I don't know where I would be at right now. But I'm grateful for the people who's rocking with me before the world is caught on. And I truly believe that these messages are ahead of their time. A lot of people, they're not moving at this frequency yet. They're not this open-minded. They stuck on that low vibrational content. But the ones that are meant to understand it, they will. And the more books I read and the more enlightened I get, I thought everybody would want to be that way. But I've learned people can only grab your message at their level of thinking. So there was a lot of things that I would hear 5, 10 years ago that didn't make sense to me. And now I go back and listen to that same information. It's like, bro, that was a lot of wisdom right there. So I get these messages are ahead of their time, but eventually they'll be timeless. It's like everything I put out is like the Yay College Dropout album. It's just, you're always going to be able to relate to it. You're always going to be able to go back to it and turn it on when you need to feel good and when you need to be motivated and inspired, because that's the dopest part about life, is that we all can uplift each other. It ain't always about giving somebody some money, but it's about giving somebody some hope, helping somebody keep that hope when everything around them is saying quit, give up. When you can turn on a video like this from somebody that you may never meet in the world, and it make you feel good about yourself. You know, it wasn't a lot of information like this when I was a kid. Nobody believed in me my parents believed in me physically, like verbally, but they never showed up like physically. We didn't have a car as a kid, so I take pride in being there for my children and not only telling them that they can accomplish anything, but sitting on the sidelines supporting them and being their personal Uber driver. Just shout out to all the parents who, when you have a kid, you really got to put a lot of your ways in the bag, in the closet, and close the door and lock it and double lock it. Or your children are going to unconsciously become you. And I didn't want my sons to be walking around with mouthful of golds. They'll have 22-inch rims, 24-inch rims in their car, 415 speakers in the truck. I wanted to model a better example for them. And right now, I'm walking by faith that I'm setting a good example, right? Like I've heard I'm a good parent, but I don't like that because my kids still live in my house and they still under my control. So I'm still driving the car. I don't know I did a good job raising these little people when they get out into this world on their own. But right now, I gotta take supreme ownership and accountability for my children. And I know it's a lot of parents out there who, at the same time, they was like, all right, man, it's time to grow up. And until you make the unconscious conscious, you'll repeat it over and over and over and say, this is just supposed to be my life. So are you walking around with a lot of fear in your heart, with a lot of anger, with a lot of anxiety, with a lot of worry? Because if you hold these things in your heart, are you really shocked when they manifest into your life over and over and over again? What are you praying about? See, if we ain't talking to God, if we ain't letting him know how we feel, and we just holding on to all this negative energy, well, once again, if as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If you got an angry heart, what kind of life do you have? If you got a jealous heart, what kind of life do you have? If you have an envious heart, what kind of life do you have? And understand that the screens of the world, aka the media, they reinforcing all these negative energies. So if you would guard your body, guard your mind. And I'm just doing my best to encourage, not influence, because I don't do what you do but watch my shoes, dance with your crew but watch my shoes. Hey, look here. But really, this world takes advantage of broken people in a crazy way. It wants you sad, anxiety, depression, and that's just not here in America. That's all around. Physical slavery is it ain't all the way gone. It's gone in most parts, but mental slavery is alive and well. And the world is doing a good job. Is the minute you pop out your mama, putting some handcuffs around your brain so you never really start thinking. They have you stuck in the race stop. And I say a lot that everybody thinks, but no one thinks. Because if we did, we wouldn't fall victim to the narratives of the world the way we do. Especially the crazy numbers when you look around and see how many people caught up in the propaganda. But on the flip side of that, through making content like this and through individuals that send me DMs across the multiple social networks, it's a lot of us that see through the propaganda, that are aligned, who have got inside our Bible. And when I talk about books, a lot of people will say, why do you recommend so many books? Why don't you just recommend the Bible? And every book that I tell you to read, it'll get you back there. If you read The Magic of Thinking Big, if you read Feeling is a Secret, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, As a Man Thinketh, Psycho-Cybernetics, The Science of Being Great, The Science of Being Rich. You just dig through all of these books. Just study Neville Goddard and Joseph Murphy and Emmett Fox. Who else they got back there, man? Prentice Mulford, Florence Scovel Squin. Just check out all that literature out, and it'll lead you to the source. We all come from one. Read The Message to the Black Man by Elijah Muhammad. Just all of these books lead you back to the source. But you can only get to the source if you're open-minded enough to seek the kingdom first. But a lot of people are being misled and manipulated. A lot of people see the success that these screens are showing you and it's thinking that you got to be immoral and corrupt to get money. But you don't know how them people feel at night when they not on camera, when they at home by themselves. And you may not have all the material riches, but spiritually you doing way better than them, and you at peace when you lay your head at night. And peace is something no dollar amount could buy. You can pretend you at peace. We all know what it's like to be out and I'm smiling, I'm good, but on the inside you broken. I've been there, done that. I don't want to move on fakeness no more. I want to really be at peace. No, I ain't scamming nobody or trying to get over nobody or stabbing them in the back and all that. And just don't lose faith, don't lose hope. And whatever you got to do to keep that peace inside of you, whether it's running, getting you a journal, meditating, cold showers, crowd therapy, cupping therapy, going to a sip and paint in your local environment, playing with your kids, volunteering at a pet shelter, whatever it is that you got to find your peace, your joy, make time for yourself. And a special shout out to everybody that works the regular jobs, the UPS drivers, the FedEx drivers, the people who work at the gas stations, the Walmart employees, the price chopper, that work at the banks, the waitresses, the waiters, the busboys. Them are the people who matter, who are going through the hardest times and get overlooked. And ain't no rap song shouting them out. My guy Heavy Get made a rap song shouting them out, but they get overlooked so much. And I am you and you are me. I know what it's like to come from the bottom and to be climbing and clawing and scratching your way to the top. So I'm not here to pull you down. I want to push you up. You get there before me, I'm going to clap for you. Because we all try to make something out of nothing. And no matter what agenda that you may be caught up in now, you can evolve out of it. There was a time when I didn't think this way. And Malcolm X said, never criticize somebody because you evolve a little bit before them. And once you break free of mental slavery, do your best to enlighten the people around you. Understand that they may reject the information. As they say in the master key system, it takes 6 times to hear something before their brain tries to grow the connections to grab the concept of it. So keep spreading the gospel, spreading the good news, being in the world, not of the world, because it don't want you happy. So you got to be happy, be happy, be happy, 24/7, 365. I'm at this job site, so I'm going to get in here and clock in. I hope everyone has a super mega awesome day. Never be too proud to pray. And just stay in a state of gratitude because blessings are always on the way. Be in the world, not of the world. Do not let this world take your faith. Don't move around in fear. Like Wayne said, look me in my face. I ain't got no worries. And I want you to go look yourself in the mirror right now. Smile at yourself for 60 seconds. And I say, I ain't got no worries. Because when you don't smile a lot, your jaws get tight. Because I was an angry kid, so I know that. So I want you to smile more, be a happier person more, let your body relax more, and you will attract more good things, more blessings into your life. You'll be just a light just shining off. And when you are moving at the highest vibration, you don't chase things. Things come to you. And I'm encouraging you to move with love, move with joy, so you can attract love with joy into your life and not hate and negativity and envy and jealousy and all those low vibrational people that just want to take from you, man. I love you all. Have a great day. Have a great week. We outie. Peace, baby.